Om Shanti and good evening to all the brothers and sisters who are watching this Secrets on Gita for the challenging times. In our last episode, we were listening to what type of mold we have to make our consciousness. And definitely, we all need to develop a positive mold for our consciousness so that whatever problems come in life, accordingly, we are able to handle those problems easily. As we saw that Arjuna in the battlefield, but actually each and every soul today in the world is in a battle. Everybody is struggling in life. And for that, the laws and commandments of the war, of this battlefield, each and every person need to tolerate happiness, sorrow, cold, heat, praise. And when God is saying to Arjuna, tolerate, how can he fight if he has to tolerate? So this shows that it was not a violent war that he was in, but it is a violent war where each and every human being in life, if they constantly react, if they are not able to tolerate in themselves, then it creates more problems, more complications, more challenges for them, which they have to face constantly. So that is why he's asking Arjuna, means he's asking all of us who are on this battlefield that we need to tolerate or maintain a balance in all the dual experiences of life. And if we are able to do that, then definitely we achieve that status or we become worthy to attain the element of nectar that is of eternity in our life. The nectar that we receive in life is some valuable lessons that we learn, whatever life is trying to teach us at this moment. And at the same time, if we are not able to maintain the balance, then also the, the secret was given that we need to focus our attention on being, take power from him. There's no need for us to beg from him, but to take that power or and let it flow in our life. So that was the recap of last session that we heard. In today's session, God is giving the understanding of the soul to us. And so he says that the soul never dies. It is an eternal entity ever existing. The soul cannot be killed when the body is killed, and the five elements of nature cannot harm the soul in any way. The glow of the soul increases with virtue and dims with vices. The soul is powerful when not entangled with the worldly bondages and weakens when entangled in worldly bondages. Now, here there is something very special that we need to understand, and that is that each and every soul has its own aura. And whenever we come in this body, slowly and gradually, as we play our roles, as we play our parts in this world drama, definitely the glow of the soul starts diminishing. And especially when the soul is entangled with vices, the more a person becomes vicious or his actions are based on vices, the the glow starts diminishing in him. That is what we call as the energy level or the aura. So the more a person is virtuous or functions and plays his role on the basis of good qualities, positive energy, then, but the moment we get entangled in viciousness, the energy level starts diminishing, the glow starts, and this is how the energy level becomes so less, so weak. Now we all understand that when the aura of the soul is mapped on the basis of whatever good quality, positive qualities in our life, we charge the soul battery. And as we go on charging the soul battery, this you might have experienced in life many a times that there are certain times when one after the other you start getting good news in life. Supposing you get a promotion in your work and your child also passes his, or you get a good bonus, or you buy a new house, all good things start happening one after the other. And that is when a person realizes also and says, I don't know why all good things, as if good omens have started coming in my life. Everything good is happening, and we are all very happy. But there are certain times when one after the other, some of the other bad news start coming, as if bad omens have started. And that is when we find this bad omen as if gives us everything would do with good, do with good intentions, we do with good feelings, but still something wrong happens, something wrong goes, and one after the other, the child fails, we lose our jobs, or maybe something happens in our workplace, or something happens in the family, somebody passes away, or somebody meets with an accident, somebody has a fracture, and then we say, what is happening? What is happening with us? One after the other. All bad news coming. So why do we get this experience in life? Now, the simple logic is that when the energy level is positive, when the soul battery is charged, when we are in a positive aura, then it becomes like a magnet, and it starts attracting all the good things, all the good things. And that is how in life also we experience as if everything good is happening. But when all these good things is happening, sometimes do not pay attention to their karma. And they start becoming egoistic. They feel as we are something. And that is when some people feel all the good things that is happening is like God is showering, or some guiding angel is showering blessings on them. But actually it is a person's good karma. And those good karmas are like flourishing, which is the good things in life. But hardly we realize this. And that is when a person becomes egoistic. And the moment he becomes egoistic means he starts generating negative energy. Or he gets angry on small things, irritated on small things. He starts treating or misbehaving with his behavior is not appropriate with others. And that is when we find that he is like diminishing his battery. His soul battery is getting discharged. And so his actions are based on those viciousness, ego, anger, greed, maybe attachment, jealousy, hatred towards others. So during those good days, instead of performing more good actions so that we maintain our aura, positive aura, but during tend to become negative. They start looking, we are everything and you are nothing. You are lower than me. So that is when the ego starts, anger starts, jealousy, hatred, all these vices they come up, all the weaknesses also start coming up. And they start interfering with our actions. So our actions are becoming more sinful actions. So the soul battery starts discharging. And as the soul battery starts discharging, the aura also starts diminishing. And because of all those negative actions, then the negative aura is increasing. So when the negative aura increases, that becomes a magnet and it starts attracting all the negative. It is not any curse of anyone, but it is my own actions that I have to reap the fruit of those actions. So I start attracting all the negative happenings in my life. Surrounding also, everything is negative. And that is the time many people lose that inner balance. And once they lose that inner balance, definitely, instead of realizing that we need to charge our soul battery, it is like signaling me that your account of charity has come down. Your bank balance has reduced. So you need to increase that bank balance. And we can only do that by giving good wishes, good feelings, remembering God, becoming soul conscious, keeping positive consciousness, and doing things. So we, and when the negative things happen, we don't realize. And sometimes we blame God. Why is God punishing me? Why is He doing this to me? Why is He not giving me something good to experience in life? So we have so many complaints. Complaints for the self, complaints for God, complaints for all around, all those people around me. And that is where actually, because the person loses the inner balance, the frustration starts. And in this frustration, we find that human beings, their soul battery becomes weaker and weaker and weaker. So it is like a signal that now is the time that I need to work on my own self, develop my through positive actions, through the positivity, by developing the right perception in life, doing right, doing righteous actions, and definitely then again things starts changing in me. So this is the secret that God is trying what he needs to do in order to win the battle of life. So all the struggles that we are going through, if we really want to win that struggle, I need to increase my positive aura. And that is on the basis of good qualities, positive qualities. It reminds me of an incident that happened with me some years back. I was traveling, I was going to a place, and in the train, there are many people who come and go. So there was a lady who just came and sat in the opposite seat where I was sitting. She kept looking at me for some time, and then she asked me, "Sister, I think I've seen you somewhere. Are you the one who comes on television? Do you give lectures on television?" So I said, "Yes." So then she said, "Now I understand. I've seen you, I've heard you a lot." And then she started praising me. Okay, fine. Then she started introducing herself and asking some questions. Then she asked me, "Can I ask?" I said, "Yes." So she said, "Look, I am an astrologer." She was an astrologer. So she said, I read palms. I'm expert in palm reading." So I said, "Well, good." And then she said, "Can I see your palm with your permission?" So I said, "No problem. You can see. There's nothing to hide." So at my hand, at my palm, and then her face expressions were changing. So I asked her, "Why do you?" So she nodded and said, "I don't know whether I should tell you or not." I said, "There is nothing to fear about. You can tell me whatever you see." So she told me that within 6 months, there will be situations that you will have to go through. It will be like a big test paper, some great challenges that you will have to go through. So I said, "Well, life is full of challenges. Things come and go." So she said, "No, but this test paper that will uproot you and you will leave." So I thought she was telling me, maybe I'll leave my body. So I smiled at her and I said, "That's nothing big. Even if I have to, I'll get a better birth. I'll get a new birth. So I don't have to worry about that." So she said, "No, you won't leave your body." So then I asked, then she said, "No, you leave this organization. You'll no longer stay with this, you'll get uprooted from this organization." So I smiled. So she said, "Sister, till now, all my have come true." So I said, maybe. But this is a palm of a spiritual person. Whatever you see on the basis of some past karmas. The first thing, getting uprooted from the organization, leaving this organization, which is impossible. Then she said, "No, but situations will be such that you will be forced to leave the organization." I said, "No matter whatever situations come, I will face them, overcome them. I have that much of confidence in me. I have that much of faith in my own self. So this is impossible to leave the organization." So then she gave me, and she said, "Look, this is my phone. If you stay in the organization after 6 months also, just call me to let me know that my prediction has gone wrong. I said, there's no need for me to call you also, because if you stop seeing me on the television, you'll know that I've left the organization. But if I'm still on air, definitely you will know that your prediction did not come true. Then, after chatting here and there, I told her, look, whatever this hand may be telling you, that is one thing. But you know what? In this life, I've done so good karma. I've earned blessings of so many people. And so I know these blessings and the blessings of God really will become like a shield for me. Whatever test papers, but they will be able to penetrate through that shield and harm me. Okay, well, then she got down when her city came, and I went onward on the onward journey. Anyway, whatever she told me, I was not conscious about it, because I knew that in whatever they are trying to tell us. So I was not worried, but I increased my yoga. I said, my yoga should not be less. It should be powerful to overcome any obstacle that may come in my life. Well, after 6 months, definitely there was a big test paper that came in my life. That if I did not have this yoga power, if I did not have the blessings of so many people and the blessings of the seniors and blessings of especially Dadi Prakashmani, then definitely this test paper would have uprooted me forever. But because of the blessings, which became like a shield in front of me, and the test paper came and it just crossed. It was not able to affect me. And after that, I realized that challenges, situations do arise because of some past karmic accounts. But if my bank balance of this life is more, then I can overcome any situations whichever I have to encounter with. It is just like a person may land up in a huge debt, but if he has enough bank balance, then no debt can drown him. He can encounter with any sort of situations, overcome all that debt also, and he can lead. Similarly, in our karma also it is like that. No matter, because we don't know what we have done in the past, what type of relation I have with me from the past. But in this life, if I accumulate such a huge bank balance on the basis of positive, positive qualities, positive thoughts, then definitely whatever situations has to come because of the past karma may come, but this becomes like a shield in front of me and cannot affect me, cannot affect my stage, cannot affect my life. That is for sure. And this is my personal experience. So I have realized how our positive karma, based on virtues, based on qualities, really increases our aura, our energy field in such a way that becomes like a shield in front of us. And nobody can ever enter into it and harm me. And after that, she had told me, if you are able to cross this test paper, if you are able to still survive in this organization, after that, you are going, you are going to increase in life, go higher and nobody can stop your developments. And I've been seeing that because I have trust on my own karma. So a person can have willpower, self confidence only when he has that bank balance of good karma, whose balance sheet of life is very powerful. So this is what we have to learn through this thing which is said in Gita. So that's why I said Gita is which helps us at every step. It helps us, it saves us, or it builds that power in us to encounter any situation that comes in front of us and we can easily overcome them. Many a times we find people say, as such, I do not get angry. But if someone speaks lies, it is very difficult for me to digest that. And it really irritates me. I get angry. Now, if we just analyze this situation, that as such the person says, I don't get angry, I'm very cool and calm. But if somebody speaks lies, I cannot tolerate that. And it really flares me up. Now, let me analyze this whole thing. Supposing you do meditate, you are able to accumulate good energy, you are able to increase your aura and everything. Every day morning, and then you go to work. And there is a person who speaks in front of you. And it really flares you up. Now just imagine, why does a person speak lie? Why does he has to speak lies? Only when there is fear. Fear makes the person speaks lies. So he takes the support of speak because he has fear and he does not have the power to face. He does not have the power to face the truth. So he takes lies and speaks lies. So is speaking lies, is that positive or negative? Negative. Fear, is that positive or negative? Negative. So person who is completely full of negative energy and he comes in front of you and you have charged your soul battery and you go there and he, because of his low energy, low frequency, he is taking the support of lies. So he speak lies and you flare up. So flaring up, getting angry, is that positive or negative? Of course, negative. So you have charged your soul battery, but just imagine you could not control your anger or you don't have that positive energy around you, which becomes as a shield to protect you. And immediately you get angry. So he is negative and he can make you negative immediately. So who is powerful? Is he powerful or are you powerful? If you have really charged your soul battery, if you have accumulated that energy within you, then your energy that should influence him, influence low energy level or the person with low frequency. But if the low frequency person is influencing his negativity, then who is powerful? Definitely he is powerful. So what happens? Supposing you have charged yourself with all the positive energy and you go to that workplace. And supposing when you go there, you are fully charged, aura is positive. Now, with your positive aura, that does not mean that person is start going to speak truth. No, he won't start speaking truth because he doesn't have that much of power. But the moment you go there, he would not speak the truth, but he won't be able to speak lies also. He won't be able to speak lies also. That is the influence of positive, higher energy on him. And then, once you've moved out of that place, that person will go through an inner battle, a constant battle. I shouldn't have remained silent. I should have spoken the truth. What would have happened? He may have scolded me. That's all. Why should I be afraid? And there will be a constant struggle going in his mind for about half an hour. And after 45 minutes, he starts gaining strength and he comes up to your cabin or your office, knocks on the door and says, "Can I see you for a moment?" And you say, "Please come in." He comes in and then he explains everything. At that moment, I could not speak up, but actually, it was this situation. So I had to do this. He gives his own justification. After listening to everything, maybe it is not 100%, but 50% may be true. After listening to him, you smile at him and say, "Thank you. I appreciate for you sharing this information. Thank you." And you let him go. And then he feels, well, I was just fearing without any reason. Nothing happened. He didn't even scold me. So now, will his fear increase or decrease? Definitely it will decrease. The next time something happens, still he does not have that much of power to speak up the truth immediately. He will again keep silent. Then finding his own time and space, he may come up to you, but maybe within half an hour or 20 minutes, and again reveal something in front of you. And you again appreciate him. And then he feels a little bit more confident. Well, I am just fearing without any reason. And slowly and gradually, you are empowering him. And the moment you are empowering him, you find that person starts changing. He feels comfortable working with you. He feels as if you are the only one. And sometimes he may come and tell you also, you know what? Whenever you are around, I feel so comfortable. As if you charge. And slowly and gradually, as he gets empowered, then he may ask you also, what is the reason? What is the secret of your being so powerful, so empowered in your own self? And then, if you tell them this is how meditation works, they also receive a ray of hope in their life and feel, let me also try out this meditation. This may help me in some way or the other. So, this is what God, that the soul in itself never dies. It is eternal entity, ever existing. It cannot be killed also, and the five elements of nature cannot harm the soul at all. No fire can burn the soul, no water can wet the soul, no air can dry the soul, or no sword can ever cut the soul. But the only thing is, when basis of qualities, positive energy, positive thoughts, our glow increases, our aura increases. And when we are functioning with weaknesses, negativities, vices, our glow diminishes, contracts, and this is how the person enters into the dark side. There were some people in the world who were able to visualize the aura of the person through naked eyes. There were some people like Edgar Casey and the people who were able to see aura with the naked eyes around the person. And around some people, they were able to see glowing aura like an angel, completely white aura, shining aura around them. And around some people, they were able to see dark color auras. And these dark color auras were those people who performed some acts, who had all the negativities induced in their nature, and as if they were like completely handicapped by those negativities, by those weaknesses, and they were helpless. They could not do anything. So, similarly, at this moment, this is the right time when we are able to focus our attention, and that is why in the law and commandments of war he was advised that water does not have its own shape, but whatever mold you put water in, accordingly it takes the. Similarly, consciousness does not have its own shape. Whatever mold you put, it will start taking that shape. So that is why both the things are connected. And that is why God also says, first of all, check your consciousness. Which mold is your consciousness in? Whether it is a positive mode or a negative mode, because accordingly, you're going to charge your soul battery. As more and more you stabilize your consciousness in that positive energy, it will go on increasing. But if the consciousness is placed in a negative mode and you start functioning with all negativities, then definitely it is going to affect your quality of life. So we have to be very cautious of what quality of life we want to lead. Definitely, everyone wants to lead a positive quality of life. They want fruits, but they try to adapt shortcut methods. And sometimes the shortcut methods enable them to land up in such a difficult situation. Here, sometimes that, but in today's world, we find those people who are functioning on the basis of all negative qualities, they are enjoying life. And all those people who are doing good things, but still they are suffering in life. Well, actually, it is because of the past karmas also which are interacting. Just as I said, there was a very huge test face because of my past karmic account. It had to come and it was showing in my palms. But when I started doing good karma, when I had this faith in myself that I have the blessings of all, I have done such powerful karma, positive karma, I have the blessing. So once we make worthy, then although the negative things come up, it cannot affect me. But what happens in today's world? People are doing good karma, but still, why are they suffering? They are suffering some or the other. Their past karmas are also giving fruits also. But that is when they shake. They come to the state of upheavals and feel after doing all this karma, why should I go through all this? But supposing I have taken 500, supposing I've taken from somebody and I've told them as soon as I earn the money, they also. Now, something happens, I go to some place and I see certain people who are very, who are not able to have enough clothes also. They're lying in cold, and out of pity, compassion, I think they are more in need of this $500 than me. So I donate that $500 to somebody who is more in need than me. And then after some time, when that person comes to me and asks me, you owe me $500. When are you going to repay that? But I say, with that, out of compassion, I donated. So it's enough. Now it's balanced. It was your money. You could have also donated, but I donated instead of you. So I think that is balanced. So there's still the need for me to give you. And then that person said, look, if I need to do some donation, I can do it myself. But so you need to repay my amount, and then whatever donations I want to give, I will give it myself. Whatever I have donated out of compassion, I'll reap the good fruits also. But whatever I have to taken from somebody, I have to repay that as well. There can't be an excuse that it is balanced now completely. No, it is not balanced. Both the actions, I have to reap the fruits of it. The good action that I've done, I will get the fruit of that as well. But anything bad I have done, or have taken from somebody, I need to repay off that as well. I can't say now you just let it go. Nobody would let it go. Similarly, in my life also, even though after I'm reaping something bad, maybe because of some past karmic accounts, I'm reaping that. But whatever good I have done, I'll reap that as well. We need to have patience. That's all. A little bit of patience. And then we see how we start experiencing. But if I start generating negative thoughts, that after doing all the good, still I'm suffering in. So I have complaints for everyone. I have complaints for God. I start blaming God. I start blaming my own fortune, my fate. Then definitely the negative energy that I'm releasing, it's going to just clear off all the positive things that I've done in my life also. It is my actions who is cutting, crossing my good actions also. And this is why sometimes we see that good people, because of the negative thoughts so powerfully they have generated, no patience. So they have to experience the fruits of that also. And those people who are experiencing goodness, even after doing bad karma, it is because of some past karmic accounts, good actions, that they are receiving the good fruits first. But whatever they are doing now, they will have to go through that as well. That is why it is said, karma leave us. It is like a shadow. When a person walks, he cannot separate himself from the shadow. Similarly, whatever karma we are doing, the fruits are the shadows. And nobody can themselves from shadows. So similarly, nobody can separate karma from its shadow. Every karma has its own shadow. Some shadows are long, some shadows are short, but shadow follows. So each and every reaps certain fruits that we have to experience in our life. Then further, God says, just as a person renounces the old costume while wearing a new one, he cannot wear the new one on the old one. He has to renounce the old one and then put. Similarly, the soul too renounces the old body while taking. This is an eternal law that the one who has taken a body has to leave it one day, and the soul is immortal, not the body. So simple way is giving the knowledge of how souls leave one costume, take another one. And this is how we have been shedding off so many costumes throughout. Every costume had its story, had its own way of being. So let me not spoil this story which I am writing for myself. Just as it is said, there is a drama, and in the drama, there is a director, there is a producer, and there is a script writer. Similarly, in this world, there is a director who's the supreme, producer also there, but we are our script writers, and we write through our actions. Whatever quality of actions we do, we write our own script for the future times. So it depends upon all of us what type of script do we want to write for ourselves. God has blessed us with all the potential. And then he says, hey Arjuna, according to the original religion of thyself, that is Swadharma, you are not worthy to fear, as there is no other more beneficial path than to fight. Being the eternal, transcendental nature. But if you do not fight this battle, then you sin by losing your original religion and the faith. The eternal, transcendental nature within the soul is stable and imperishable. This is according to the principles of Shankya Yoga, that is, yoga and knowledge. So here he is giving the awareness of his original nature, the transcendental nature, the eternal nature of the soul. And he says, the potential is so great, you cannot have fear for this. And it reminds me, I'd like to share with you all, that was very poor, who used to take on credit from people, and he was like being pressed with all the debts. One day it happened, everyone refused to give him money and said, no, we won't give you any money now. You'll have to do something for your life. We have been eating, wasting, and you don't do anything. So we are not going to give you any money. Although this person was saying, well, I'll repay you when I get, said, you won't get it and you won't repay us. So now we have stopped. We have all thought upon it and we are not going to give you any money at all. So this person was so upset. He thought, what quality of life is this? It is better to die than to live such a quality of life. He had a small piece of land, which was also not easy. It was such a hard land that nothing would come out, even if he sowed anything on it, nothing would come out. So he was thinking, who's going to buy this piece of land also? I won't be able to repay my debts. And how can I manage my life now for the future? So he was having such thoughts of ending up his life. Standing on that piece of land, he thought, now nobody is going to buy this piece of land. It is better for me to just end up my life. Meanwhile, he saw some towards him. And as they were coming in front of him, they just came and said, sir, can you tell us whose land is this? So he said, my land. This is my land. So those people said, on the basis of our research, we have seen that there is a lot of oil beneath this piece of land. Can you just allow us to drill through this land? We can give you the rent for it. So he thought, okay, anyway, I need money. So they drilled, went inside, and they found out, yes, there was so much of oil that every day they can extract 80 barrels of oil. They were all very. So they said, sir, can you just sell off this piece of land to us? We'll give you thousands of dollars for it. So he said, okay. Anyway, it's useless for me. If it is going to give you something, I don't mind. So they gave him thousands of dollars, bought that piece, and they were all very happy. And this person was also very happy because he was now able to repay his debts and still he had enough money to survive till the end of his life. So he was also very happy. The same thing. We find our life also sometimes like a barren land, not growing or yielding anything. But there is so much of potential inside. But because I do not know how to drill and extract, I lead from the superficial way of life. And I experience as if my life, barren land, is what type of life God has given me. And this is why we have a lot of complaints in our life. We get frustrated and we generate so many negative thoughts about everyone. But now I realize from this knowledge of the true Gita that the soul has immense potential in it. Immense power. But extract that out in my practical life also. The moment I extract that potential, all the positive energy out in my practical, my life starts changing. I need to nourish myself with all the good things. I need to nourish my soul with all thoughts, and then we can see how positive thoughts enables me to grow and flourish in my life, to experience the wealth that I'm blessed with. So don't looking at your outer life, superficial life, and complain that, oh, it's a barren piece of life. Nothing is, I'm not at all happy. This life is not giving me any happiness. But I need to just, through meditation, go within, drill inside. And the moment I start drilling inside and I bring out that inner potential out in my practical life, I can change everything. My whole world starts changing. And then it's happiness at every step. So, how to extract that? How do I realize what is my real potential within me? We shall see that in our coming episode next Wednesday, the fourth part of the secrets of Gita in this challenging life. So, with this, if you have any queries, you can contact our centers wherever you are staying. There may be a center nearby. Just visit that center, go there, do the meditation so that you learn the technique to act out in your practical life, and your whole world starts changing. And then you can develop that aura and attract all the good things in life for you. Right? Thank you so much for being with us. And I thank Sister Panna. I thank Sister Catherine. I thank our brother Satish from Sydney and our senior most brother, Brother Charlie, and Dr. Nirmala for organizing this wonderful session for all of you. Thank you so much for being with us. Om Shanti. For a few moments, let us sit in meditation. I'll be giving you some good thoughts, and as you think, so you become. So, thoughts, let us sit in silence for a few moments. Consider as a spiritual energy. This body is the costume that I've put on to play my part on this world drama. But I am separate from this physical costume. The spiritual energy is eternal. Immortal entity. Nothing can influence the soul or its energy except the virtues and the vices. The more I become conscious of my virtues and allow those positive qualities to flow in my actions, I recharge my soul battery. I recharge my positive energy. I recharge my positive aura and start attracting all the good things in life. With this goodness, I become a blessed soul. I feel so comfortable with myself. I feel so comfortable with others also. This positive energy always helps me overcome the challenges in life, to take right decisions, and to lead a life full of happiness. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti. Thank you and see you all again next week.